Alice burrowing in the grass. Burrowing in the grass. Yep, here's your 2013 spring update, kind of late. But I'm just going to run through the garter snakes real quick and show peeks of other snakes, since we've already showed you frogs and garter snake update. So we'll be doing this nice little update. Alice in the grass, looking all nice in the sun. Sweet. And here's my chickens. Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't too into the chickens, but this is actually Rosie and River right here. And as you can see, they are just starting. Well, looks like River is. I guess Rosie is too. Let's see if we can get a close up. It's like, I see River for sure is getting her wattle. Rosie! Yeah, I think Rosie's starting to get hers as well. They are starting to get the red in their face. Yeah, hi there. Here comes the Australorp and Raptor, and finally, oh no, that's Peregrine. That's Raptor. That's Peregrine. And there's the Australorp Minnie Mouse over there. See, you can see she's pretty much gone all black. She's still got some changing to do. They are still chicks, of course. They'll be chicks until they get their wattles and combs and all that goodness. So yeah, there's the chicks for you. There's my little beta. I'm not really sure. It's kind of looking female. I thought maybe it was a boy at first, but it really is kind of looking female. Pretty though. She's got some nice bright red fins and some blue in them. Ah, pretty. Yeah, so my beta's doing awesome still. Baby beta is growing slowly. And she's still got her nice setup. Egyptian setup for whatever reason. It's just because I had the stuff and I wanted to use it. So yeah, there's my beta. I thought I'd try to get you an up close of Solar Panel, the spiny softshell turtle. This is the last remaining turtle I have left. Unfortunately, Squirtle the map turtle passed away. What happened was, you know, beginning of spring, or I should say beginning of the warm weather, they were eating. And they started eating slowly. I brought them out here once the warm weather stayed, but then all of a sudden we had 3 days of really cool weather where the weather dropped like 35 degrees at night. And for some reason, Squirtle just was staying on the rock, not moving, not swimming around, got really stiff, wouldn't open her eyes at all. Then finally when the sun came back 3 days later, I got her in the sun, I put her like directly in the rays, she opened her eyes, but she opened up a little bit. I tried to put her in the water. She still wouldn't swim. She got back up on the rock and just sat there. And then within like 2 weeks, she wasn't, eating. And then she just, 2 weeks later, I thought, well, I came out and she wasn't in the water. And I was like, yay, she's swimming around. But she wasn't. She was kind of just in the water and dead. And it was kind of sad, really. So I don't know what happened to her. I thought maybe it was respiratory infection, but it couldn't have been because that's just 2 weeks' time she was sick, and that's really early for that. Respiratory infection can last. I'm sure some of you are aware of how long that can last. It's a very slow death, and 2 weeks is still a slow death, but I don't know what happened to her. So I watched Solar Panel Helm, and that's been, I guess, a month ago now. I don't know. I haven't kept track of time. But as you can see, Solar Panel here is doing fine. I was just feeding her and I was trying to get some feeding video, but I thought this up close would be nice because she used to bite me right away when I picked her up. Now she sits nicely in my hand. Or he. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe this one hopefully maybe is a boy because there's no way of telling for sure at all. But if it's a boy, I think the males in the species remain a little smaller, so that'd be kind of nice, because they do take up a lot of room. But we have future plans anyway for this guy when he gets bigger. And thankfully they are kind of a slow-growing species, so he'll stay this size. He hasn't really gained size since I got her. That's a year ago now, about. So now they stay pretty much the same size for a while. Yeah. See, usually when I do that, try to bite me, but I think she's okay. Watch me do it again. She's gonna latch onto my finger there. She's pretty calm now. Put her back in the water. So yeah, I'm just feeding her like I said. And she's still in here, and I'm gonna make some arrangements to change this out, and I'm gonna give her a shallow sandy area to burrow, because they naturally do love to burrow in sand. And she did come from a sandy river, so I'm going to change this out and I'll do a video on that change out when that happens. Alright, on to the next critter. Here's Bourgette. This is the mother to the baby garters that we had surprised last year. I picked her up because of her stubby tail, and because she just was unique to me that way, and I really loved her. She has not had her spring shed yet, so she looks kind of haggard. Her scales are all full of dirt particles, and I wish she would just have her spring shed. She was hibernating, or brumating, as the snake terminology, I guess. She did well in her brumation, I would think. Although she came out a little bit more of an oddball than she already is. She has her own little personality here, of course. She won't accept... Whereas last year, when I brought her, she took anything, frozen thawed fish, frozen thawed mice, worms, other fish. And now she only seems to be partial just to fish, and that is thankfully both the frozen and the thawed variety. Like, when I was giving her minnows, it took her 24 hours to eat one, and then the next one the next day. But when I gave her smelt, which I have 2 of those left, I have to get more of those, I guess. She actually took that right from me. She wouldn't let me see her eat the minnows I got for her, but she did go ahead and take a bite of the smelt frozen thawed fish. So she's a little oddball for sure, but we love her. She's only ever bitten me twice. When I first picked her up, of course, and she's pregnant, you know. She didn't want anyone messing with her. I didn't know she was pregnant at the time, but she was. Camera focus. Anyway, yeah, so she's only kind of gummed mouthed me once when she was in brumation. When I was checking on her to make sure she had water, she kind of reached up and, like, my palm was there, the palm of my hand was hurt. She just opened her mouth on it. She didn't really bite. It was just like a weird warning. Anyway, yeah, I hope she has a spring shed soon or something, because she just looks kind of haggard. But yeah, she wasn't eating until recently, so she needs to be putting on some more weight and stuff. Hopefully I can get her back on mice again by scenting them with fish, because she really does need a little bit more fattening in her diet, I think. But there we go. There's Bourgette for you. So it looks like Bourgette will take the minnows from me now. These were alive when I got them just 30 minutes ago or so. They kind of died before I had them ready to eat for her. Anyway, she still eats them like that. Slowly moving that fish around to swallow right. There we go. So yeah, she's eating some fish at least. Well, at least we know she's I'm gonna continue this silly non-eating thing all summer. So there's Georgette for you, slurping down a fish. She won't touch worms anymore, strangely. I think she's like, that's kitty food. Give me something else. But she appears to love fish. There you have it. Here's Athena. See, you can see that little spot right there on the, well, it's the left side of the camera, but it's actually the right side of her head. I think that's cute. She shed not too long ago, her spring shed. So she's looking actually kind of really orangish here on the camera, I think. She looks a little more reddish in the sun. This is my blood red corn snake, for anyone not familiar with her. Let's see if we can see some of her belly. You can kind of see the sides there. There's some of her belly. Nice bright orange. She's a very gorgeous girl, especially having just shed. But yeah, this is probably, I think, her first time outside. I don't really think I brought her out any other time before this. But she's enjoying the breeze, I think, and the smells and the loud motorcycles. But yeah, she's pretty cool. She's a lot more chill than when I first got her. For those that don't know, she was a very nippy girl. She stopped nipping at me. I could pick her up with ease now. I mean, she may kind of start to get in strike position sometimes, but she doesn't bite me anymore, so that's good. Yeah, so there's the beautiful Athena. Here's Thor. Not much to say about him. Yeah, he was kind of off food for most of the winter. He's been eating now again. He didn't eat last week, but he has put on weight. He was looking a little skinny in the winter, but he does feel like he's put on weight now, which is good. So yeah, there's Thor. Not much to say about this little shy boy who was very nippy when I first got him. So yeah, there you have it. Here's Aida. I think you can tell he's bigger than Thor. He's shiny. Oh, yep, he's got some weight on him. But Aida's pretty much been eating throughout the winter. He had this time in the spring where he wasn't eating, I think because he just wanted to mate. But yeah, Aida's doing awesome as well. Here's Miyuki, my Snow Plains garter snake girl. I'm not really sure when I showed her last in a video. I think it was last year. She's still beautiful and white as ever. Still somewhat see-through, I think. So I just thought I'd show you her. I've decided to show most of the snakes in the sun as an update. So here's the beautiful Miyuki. Still gluttonous little girl. She had been a little bit chubby, I think, but since I didn't have any or enough fuzzy mice to feed all of them, I changed the garter snakes to worms until the next reptile show, which is June 1st, so that's not far off. But yeah, there's a little update on Miyuki. Pretty calm right now for a girl who's usually pretty high strung. So there you have it. Here's Sebastian. See a lot of his pretty purplies and his yellows there. He's a lot skinnier. He had stopped eating for a little bit in the springtime. I guess maybe he was just wanting to mate. Sebastian, for anyone who doesn't know, he is a garter snake. He is my albino checkered garter snake. And he's a very sweet boy. Very calm demeanor to him. So yeah, there's Sebastian for you. Here's Ryan, my male Thamnophis tortalis, just a regular little eastern garter snake. For any of you who don't know the story behind him, I took him in because he has this little indent on his head. I don't think it's as indented anymore, but as you can see, there's still kind of a place. When he sheds, it looks kind of red and raw. He hasn't really grown all that much, I don't think. It's like he's just a super slow grower, maybe because of that weird injury on his head. I don't really know. But he's a pretty high-strung little boy for the most part. Right now he's calm because he's been in my hand for a while. But sometimes he just goes nuts and won't calm down. He likes to musk a lot. You saw that bird fly by, I think y'all did too in the background. But yeah, this is Ryan. Doesn't seem to have grown all that much. Don't know what to say about that, but he's still eating and healthy, so he's still pretty cool. I'm hoping that really look a lot better on top of his head. So maybe at one point I can start a colony of boys together and girls together of garter snakes. That's my intention. Just have nice big enclosures. But anyway, that's further in the future. But this is little Ryan right here. Here's Popsicle. She was caught on the same day as Ryan was. She's definitely gained some size on her. She still has the oranges on her that I loved her for. They may not be as bright as they were, but she's still kind of a tannish, brightish, greenish color, so to speak. She's definitely gained a little bit of size, I think. With Miyuki and her growing about at the same pace. They may have been born even around the same time. But this is Popsicle. She's one of my sweetest girls. Never even once opened her mouth at me to bite. When I picked her up out of the wild, didn't do a thing. She is a lovely creature and awesome for little kids to hold, I think. Which, you know, if I could start an education program, she'd be just perfect. But yeah, there's Popsicle for you. Still gorgeous, still orangish. Got that beautiful eyes right there, and still a very sweet little girl. Here is the second little baby, Secrecellis, the little Florida bark scorpion. Well, it's a bark scorpion. I'm not sure if that's really the common name of them. I know they're a bark scorpion species. But yeah. And this one over here, the bigger one, is the one we're calling Hannibal because she started to eat the other baby that I could not save. So yeah, that's Hannibal right there. So, sweet little one right there. You know, I may have a male and female here. I don't really know. It's hard to tell still. They're babies, so you can't really tell. But yeah, let's look at the other two scorpions I've got. So this girl or boy you just saw on the rare feeding video, or rare arachnid feeding video, which featured this one eating because she usually doesn't ever eat in front of me. She didn't eat in front of me last time either. Last couple times I guess it was. This is my red claw scorpion. I can't remember the scientific name, so anyway, yeah, she's very vicious compared to the Asian forest scorpion, Sulcat. I think I'm actually going to call this one Vicious, so see how close we can get to her. eyes aren't in focus. There, she's kind of cute right there. Anyway, yeah, we'll let her be. She's, even get near her with a finger, she will at least try and pinch you, and then that ponytail will come up at you there. That's a nice sharp point there. You know, I would imagine anyone with a fear of needles would be, ooh, she twitched, would be, afraid of a needle of a scorpion tail. I don't know, it just seems like it would go together, but it may not. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Gorgeous. Yeah, Selket is very fat. Wow, she's like overfed or something. She may not get fed next week because of this. I don't know, we'll try to feed her something smaller or something. I don't know. I'm really waiting actually for her to molt again. She hasn't molted, oh my god, May of last year? Maybe? I'm not exactly for sure. It may have been sooner than that. It may have been into last year, but yeah, she hasn't molted forever. And these are the next and crazy to Emperors. Emperors are very calm compared to the Asian, and then of course the Red Claws are crazier. Both of them are due for a new cage setup. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I'm looking to get them nicer setups, just some nice little critter cages that are more see-through, and to get their environment a little more moist. So yeah, there you have it. Sweet. So here's my Avicula Metallica baby. Ah! Oh, I got away down there. Sometimes she grabs from tongs. Today was not her day. There she is, gorgeous though. Yeah. Very pretty little guy. Girl, guy, we don't know. There she is. A whole line of Grandma Stola babies here. Anyway, that's Bottom, the baby Chucko. Here's, is that Winter? This one's trying to go until the other enclosure. No, baby. I got to see who's who. This is Ember. I'm pretty sure that's Ember, who does not need to be going where that way is. And that's Winter. She's a little bit bigger than Ember. Ember didn't really gain... Oh, there's Winter again. Anyway, Ember didn't really gain too much size when she molted last. So anyway, a bunch of Grandma Stola babies because you gotta give Grandma Stola some love. Here is my biggest tarantula. This is, of course, Nyx, my very sweet girl. I haven't actually handled her since when I first got her. Probably I hadn't handled her till last year. I just don't handle my tarantulas as much anymore. She is my Choco Golden League girl, for anyone who doesn't know that. The Grandma Stola Palgripes. She's a very sweet girl. Yeah, hi sweetie. Loves to eat. Keeps a nice fat bottom on her. Yeah. She's a very awesome girl. How you doing? You want to come and see the camera? Nice view of her right there. Nice fluffy fuzzy legs, and they are really... I can't go out that way. Oh, I actually kind of pissed her off there. Well, she was about to go off the edge. See, that's the edge right there. She would have fallen. But I kind of actually pissed her off for once. That's the first time I've ever really pissed her off. Didn't mean to. I think it was mostly the light too, but we'll leave her alone. Just wanted to get a nice view. Look at that golden leg. That's really what I was trying to show you with that leg shot. Very gorgeous. Typical H. levitum Colbat Blue Tarantula. Yeah. Kind of got her a little too riled up there. Just to show you. You can kind of see the blue there on her legs. Just to show you her how she's doing. She's awesome. This is Artemis. Very awesome girl. She was also featured in the Rare Arachnid feeding video. So we'll leave her be. I was going to actually plan on getting her a large critter cage like Nyx has. But now I'm wondering how I'm going to get her out of this kind of steep thing. You know, I'd given her plenty and she hasn't even burrowed. She just loves that I had that ready for her, that turtle shell. But anyway, yeah, so this is going to be fun. Oh, there we go. Now we can see her nice blue. Really gorgeous. Yeah. So that's Artemis. She still looks kind of skinny for a girl, but I think she's starting to put on a little more weight. Anyway, awesome.